Good morning. For those of you who don't know, I'm CJ Broussard White, Regional Director for Harris County Region 6A. Wanted to take a few minutes today to talk to all of my team members. First, start off by saying thank you for your continued commitment and hard work to the children and families of Harris County, Texas, and the agency. Thank you for your excellence in how you represent our commitment, our mission, and values for keeping children and families safe and protected and reunited. COVID-19, as you know, is something that is new for everyone across the country, across the state, and here in Harris County. I wanted to talk about a few things today to maybe give some clarity to you as my team members. As you know, yesterday an order was signed by our county judge, Lena Hidalgo, called the Stay Home, Work Safe order. It's basically a shelter-in-place order for the Harris County area. What I wanted to point out to all of my staff is that despite this order, we are still DFPS open and ready for business. Every office location remains open to serve children and families. We are considered essential governmental function type employees, and if you have a copy of the order that was issued by the judge, we're on page 5, item number 2. With that being said, your state office and your local regional management team have worked very hard to try and reduce our footprint in our buildings. We want to make sure that you all are safe, that your families are safe, and that our children and families are safe as well. So we're doing everything that we can to limit your exposure or potential exposure. This is a new and different time for everyone involved. So there are a couple of things that I'm going to ask from you as my team. Number one, I want you to be the excellent team members that I know you have always been. Number two, we have to communicate. And number three, we have to be flexible. As of today, most folks are working remotely if you have the ability to do so. You have to understand that every office building remains open and every office building is accessible. But our goal is to have a very limited footprint of folks in the office. If you want to work in the office, you are free to do so. Keep in mind, we still want to have in place social distancing, and we want to minimize exposure as much as possible. If you have child and parent visits, sibling visits that have to occur in the office is still open and available for those visits to happen. As of today in Harris County, we do not have an order in place from judges suspending those visits. So please be reasonable. Reach out to parents and try to find out if they are willing to allow you to do a virtual visit with their children, and work with our court liaisons, your supervisors, your program directors to ensure that the visits occur in a way that is acceptable and promotes the child and family visits, okay? The other thing I want to say is that although you may be working remotely, we are all still at work. If you are not out on sick leave, if you are not on vacation, we are all still at work. Everything that you would normally do in your day in the office is what you're expected to do while you work remotely. There will have to be some innovation and flexibility for certain levels of staff. For example, if you serve as an administrative level staff or a HST level staff, there will be other things that you are asked to do to fill your day if you have to work remotely. You have got to be flexible about that, and you have to be reasonable in your expectations. We are not off from work. We are all still at work. We're just working from remote locations, okay? With regard to flexibility, we are going to work with our teams to ensure that you're able to work remotely. We have to track the activities that you're being responsible for every day. That does not mean that we're going to minute micromanage you. But what it does mean is that we have to be reasonable in ensuring that our staff are being responsive and that work is being done. Because what you all do every day saves lives. It keeps families together. And unfortunately and fortunately, It cannot stop because of what's happening right now with COVID-19. If you run into issues, and we will run into issues because this is something that is brand new to everyone, escalate those issues up. Escalate them up to your supervisor, your program director, your program administrator, your regional director. We are here wanting to resolve issues and make sure that our business is able to continue in the excellent manner that we are accustomed to here in Harris County. I'm recommending, and my team is recommending, that supervisors, program directors, program administrators have daily calls with your teams. Touch base with them in innovative ways so that you can ensure that work is being done, you can ensure questions are being answered, you can make sure that people understand what we're asking of them. Is this going to be easy? No, it's not. But can we do it? Yes, we can. And we can be one of the best regions in getting it done. Working remotely is not a comfortable thing for many, many people, but it can be done. And right now, we have to ensure that we do it and do it well. Why? Because our children and our families are depending on us. Everything that you would do normally at work is what you're going to be able to do at home, hopefully with the ability to make sure that you're safe and ensure that your families are safe as well. That's what I have for today. I'll be back in touch with you, if not tomorrow, the day after, and we're going to make sure that we get through this. A perfect example of things still going on, although everyone is pretty much working remotely. Currently, we have staff who are participating in interviews with monitors right now with regard to our children's rights litigation. Those interviews are still happening. They're happening virtually, but they are happening. And those staff are performing excellently, showing up with support from supervisors, program directors, program administrators to ensure that our work is done. So make sure that if you have questions, send them up and we will try to get an answer to you as soon as possible. Thank you for all that you do, and I will check back in with you later in the week.